Paula with Exercise 101 along with the UMBC rep. Thank you for joining me for class today. Please be sure to consult your physician prior to starting or changing your exercise regimen. Be sure to follow UMBC rep on our YouTube channel as well as on our Instagram page. When taking this class, be sure that you're wearing good, comfortable, good-fitting shoes, comfortable, flexible, breathable clothing, bottom as well as top. Have a glass or bottle of water close by so that you can take sips in between transitions. Make sure that you have a mat or a beach towel to lay on your firm, flat surface for when we get down onto the floor. During this class, we are going to do regressions as well as progressions. Please be sure that if there's any exercise that does not feel comfortable to you or your body is letting you know that it is not a good fit for you at this time, that you either stop the exercise completely, take a few deep breaths, and then consider rejoining but doing the regressed option, or simply stopping the exercise altogether, grabbing some water, taking some deep breaths, and then rejoining for the next phase of the class. Okay? Again, thank you for joining us for class. I'm going to get started with our warm-up. The first part of our warm-up we're going to start with is we're going to start with those low-impact marches, and then we're going to go into those low-impact kicks. Then we're going to transition to those low-impact jog, and then we're going to go to our stretches. We're going to do our arm circles. We're going to do our reach-ups and touching our toes, remembering only to stop where our back leg muscles are telling us is a point of mild discomfort. All right, let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's march it out. Remember, each exercise we're doing it for at least a minute. When we get to the point of the exercises or the warm-up where we're doing the regression and the progression, we're doing the regression for 30 seconds and the progression for 30 seconds, okay? All right. Just breathe. It's just a little movement off the floor, just a little lifting, a little bit of a flexing in the knees. Okay, pull your belly button in. Keep good form, okay? Don't rush yourself. We just started. 30 seconds to go. Keep your head up, shoulders down and relaxed, chest up and a little bit out. Not like a soldier, okay? But you simply want to make sure that you're not rolling forward, okay? And curving your spine. So, 15 seconds to go. And then we're going to go to our little kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's kick. Good. Use those hips. Let the hip lift first, and then the knee help kick the ankle and the feet forward. Keep your toes forward. All right, we have an action-packed class for you today. Meaning there are lots of things that we're going to do today. Nothing new, nothing that should be taking you off of your path in any kind of way, but things that will help you put it all together, okay? We talked about a number of things thus far, and I just want to make sure that you're grabbing hold of each one, and this is a great opportunity for you to practice them succinctly, one after the other, okay? And get a feel for what that's like. Less than 15 seconds to go, and then we're going to go into our little bit of a jog. So make sure you have good water nearby, lots of water nearby, so that you can take small sips in between, and you can keep pushing forward with me. 3, 2, 1, jog it out. Okay, little jog. Little lift of the toes only. That should be on the feet. On the floor. Coming up, okay? Bending the arms at the elbows, keeping the hands open, okay? Breathe, breathe. And your jog is a little bit different than your march, okay? So make sure those heels are coming back, little lift of the toes off the floor. With your march, you're lifting the whole foot off the floor. Okay? For your jog, your heels are already up, and it's your toes that are helping you to do your jog. 10 seconds. Even though I held up one hand. Really 10 seconds. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slow your feet down. Bring your arms out to the side and let's arm roll forward. Catch your breath here. Because now we're going to go do the 30 and 30 next. 30 regressions of the marches. Then 30 progressions of the marches. Now let's change directions in 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to do 30 regressions of the kicks. Then 30 progressions of the kicks. Same thing with the jog. Then we're going to take it to like an in-place run. 3, 2, 1. Swing both arms up. Arms are parallel. Arms are by the ears. Inhale. Exhale. Fold yourself forward or hinge. Stopping only where the back of the leg muscles allow you to stop. Breathe through it. And we'll hold it here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Now exhale, roll up. Good. Roll those shoulders back to reset. All right, back to that. Feet with the march first. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Regress march for 30 seconds. This is in double time. So we're going to do half the time when we lift those marches up. Just getting the body nice and warm. Stay with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 90-degree angle. That's what we're aiming for. Hip height. Hip height. Okay? Stay with it. Pull your belly button in if it's not there or if it's been released. Still hold that form for another 10 seconds. Then we're going to go to our low impact kicks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Low impact kicks. Good. Breathe. Good. About 15 more seconds here. And then we're going to go to our high impact kicks. So that means we're going to lift with the hip flexors and then we're going to kick forward. In 4, 3, 2, 1, and kick. Half the time. You may bring your arms up here as if you're in a fighting stance and blocking or covering your face, protecting your face. Or you can bring your arms down. Or you can even bring your hands on your hips. Just make sure you're not leaning back. So we're not leaning back to kick forward. We're staying upright to kick forward. Feeling the front muscles, front of the pelvis muscles work to help us do that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Little jog. Our regress jog, okay? Good. Have about 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to go to our progressed jog, okay? Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Just like we would be running outside or anywhere else, just in place. Be sure to move those arms. Arms bent at the elbows. Almost there. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet steady and arm circles forward. Forward for 15 seconds and back for 15 seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Backwards. Arm circles backwards. Breathe. Take the time here to slow your heart rate and just breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Swing your arms up. Inhale, now exhale, hinge forward. You can even inhale while you're in this position, as well as exhale. Now let's inhale and let's slowly roll up, not too fast. Good, shoulders come back to get you in your reset position. All right, one more round, okay? Remember, it's 3 rounds of a warm-up. This time, it's all progression. But again, if you feel that you're not ready to do all progression, then you can either stick with the 30 seconds regression, 30 seconds progression, or just the regression, the whole entire minute, okay? Totally up to you. It's not about comparing yourself to anyone else. You are just doing it for you. So what works for your body is what works for your body right now. It doesn't mean that's going to be what works for your body forever. Just build up your body till it can be ready to do the things that we're going to do, and go with what works well. Okay? All right, let's get ready to go in 5 seconds. 1 whole minute of progressions. 3, 2, 1. Let's march. Good. And if you start off in a progression and you say to yourself, or your body's telling you, let's take it down a notch, then just take it down a notch. And then go right back to it, okay? 30 seconds to go. You've come this far, you might as well go the rest of the way. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And let's go for our run. Breathe, breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. About 30 seconds to go. Closer to the 20-second mark. 10 seconds, don't quit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and kick. Breathe, breathe. Remember, don't lean, don't lean. So this is your kick, your progressed kick, and it's down here, and it's not waist height yet. Good. Otherwise, aim for up here if you can. Come on, stay with me. You got 15 seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Arm circles. Yes, your hip flexors might be burning. We've warmed them up. That's a good sign, by the way. And arm circles back. And in 4 seconds, we're going to do arm circles again. And forward. Keep them up there to shoulder height. And back. And we're going to do 2 reach ups and 2 toe touches. So we're going to reach up, then touch our toes. First time and then a second time. 3, 2, 1, reach up and touch your toes. And hold. And breathe. Inhale, then roll up. Good. Arms up. Reach up. Pull your belly button in. And touch your toes. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure your shoulders roll back. Awesome. All right, so let's practice our push-ups on the wall first. All right? If you're comfortable getting down on the mat to do your push-ups, go right to your mat, roll it out, and get down on the mat to do your push-ups, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to start on the wall. So if you want to start on the wall with me. We're going to do several sets of push-ups. We're going to do 1 minute, okay, of push-ups on the wall. Both feet on the floor. So, hands on the outside of our chest. We are close to the wall. We are now going to step it back. However far you need to step back to get your arms lengthened. We're going to make sure that our feet are underneath our hips. And we're going to get ready to start lowering our chest in 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest, like you're pushing that wall away. Breathe. 1 minute of these on the wall. Both feet on the wall. Excuse me, both feet on the floor. Not on the wall, both feet on the floor. Inhale, exhale. Just 1 minute. Bend at the elbows, lower your chest. Get as close to that wall as possible. You have about 20 seconds to go. Past the halfway mark. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, hands on the wall, walk your feet forward. And let's turn around and place our back on the wall for our wall sit. So heels to the wall, back on the wall, okay? And we're going to wall sit for 15 seconds, okay? So pull your belly button in and let's walk our feet out. And let's slide down the wall. So remember, you have the option of a high wall sit where your knees are not at 90 degrees, or you can slide down a little bit further and get your knees to 90 degrees. Just hold it there. And breathe. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slide yourself up. Walk your feet back. Turn yourself around. We're going to do the same thing. Wall push-ups to wall sit. However, if you feel ready to do the one-legged wall push-up, then go for it. I'm going to show you how to do it again real quick. So hands on the wall, toes close to the wall, hands on the outside of your chest. Walk your feet out until your arms are fully extended. And then you're going to take one foot behind the other. Okay? And your one foot should be about midway, right about where your belly button is. Okay? So, one foot behind the other. And I'm going to do 30 seconds since I have my right foot behind my left. And then I'm going to switch so that my left foot goes behind my right. If you choose not to do the one-legged push-up on the wall, push-up on the wall, then stay with the both hands and on the wall and both feet on the floor. All right, we're going to get started in 5. Set yourself up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So remember, if you're doing these push-ups on the wall with only one leg, be sure to switch at the 30-second mark when I say switch, okay? That time is coming up to switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch those feet out if you have one leg, and keep going. Breathe, y'all, breathe. Keep going. Not far to go now, okay? Don't stop. You might as well keep it moving for another 10 seconds. Bend those elbows. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Turn around and come to a wall sit. And hold. So just a 15-second hold. If you were on the mat doing your push-ups, I'm going to get down on the mat with you as well for our last round of push-ups. And then everyone is going to need to be down on their mat so we can go into planks. Now, if you still feel comfortable doing push-ups on the wall, stay there. 3 more seconds for wall sit. 2 and 1. Slide up. Otherwise, if you want to progress to your push-ups on the floor, okay, I will review your options again if you choose to come down on the floor with me, okay? So, starting on the floor, I am going to come to an all fours position, stretch my legs out, and lay my chest down on my mat. Push-up options on the floor are toes are tucked, hands on the outside of your chest. Inhale, exhale, come up. And then you're going to lower your chest to the mat. Another option is come up into your plank position, drop your knees, and then bend at the elbows. Okay? And those are the options. Now, at some point in time, we're going to talk about elevated push-ups where we put our hands on the bench or our hands on the step. Or we're going to put our feet on the bench, feet on the step. At this point in time, I just want you to stay with the wall or the floor. But I want you to know that there's always a progression coming, okay? So don't lose heart and do be prepared. So we're going to do our last set of push-ups. And then we're going to come up to do our wall sit, okay? So be careful coming up off of the mat and going to the wall. I don't want you to get dizzy and I don't want you to pass out in any way or faint from coming up so quickly. So take your time, all right? Take your time coming up from the mat to do your wall sit. All right, let's do it. If you're going to be on the wall, go ahead and set yourself up. Hands on the outside of your chest, toes touching the wall. Back yourself up until your arms are fully extended. Hold there until I say go. If you're on the mat, go ahead and lay out on your mat. Pick your position, okay? Toes are going to be tucked and either your knees are going to be down or your legs are going to be extended. And know that if you want to move between the regression and the progression with your knees down for 30 seconds and then with your knees or your legs extended for 30 seconds, you can do that as well. You'll see me do that for this portion, for this round. All right, we're going to get started. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 1 minute of push-ups, either on the wall or on the mat. I am doing 30 seconds of a full push-up and then 30 seconds of regression. Keep going. 15 seconds. If you're getting ready to do that switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My knees are going to come down, just my knees. Keeping it going. 3, 15 seconds. Keep your form. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. If you're on the mat, sit yourself back. Walk your hands back. And roll up or come out the best way you know how for our wall sit. All right. Heels against the wall, back against the wall. And let's walk our feet out and come down. 15-second hold. Here we go. And breathe. Good job, y'all. Good job. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. I gave you a little bit of a 3-second bonus on that, but good job. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my bench out so I can have it for my sit to stand, and I'll remind you of that. And then I also want us to do some squats, so I'm going to prepare you for that as well. So go ahead and move your mat out of the way and find your high back chair, okay, or firm chair that you can use, because we're going to practice sit to stand, and we're also going to practice squats. All right. All right, so this is mimicking my high back chair. And remember, we talked about our sit to stand. So, our sit to stand, our arms are across our chest like a genie. Our legs touched the edge of the bench and they were hip width apart. And when we got ready to sit down, we're not doing a trust fall when we do our sit, but we are making sure that we're activating our abdominal muscles, our leg muscles, both in the front and the back, and we're giving ourselves good foot stability to get ready to sit down, okay? So my belly button is pulled in, I'm looking forward, and I'm going to sit down, okay? Arms stay out in front of me, shoulder height, overlapping one another. Then when I was ready to get up, I am not going to lean forward to stand up. Instead, I'm going to make sure my feet are planted pretty much in the same position they were when I sat down. Inhale, exhale, stand up. Now, some other things I'm not going to do in my sit to stand are, I am not going to uncross my hands and use my hands to help me get up. We're not doing that. Just shifting my bench back a little bit. I am also not going to place my hands on my thighs and stand up. Not doing that. I am not going to use multiple tries to get up. So I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to pump myself up before I stand up. Instead, I want you to be sure that your feet are planted. You inhale and then you exhale and propel yourself up, okay? That's how our sit to stand is going to function today, all right? Then in between our sit to stand, we are also going to do squats, all right? So we talked about squats. We talked about using our high back chair, which in case is this going to be mine. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see me a little bit better. So, if I'm going to do my squat with my high back chair, my arms are going to be up, so should yours. And I'm going to make sure that when I sit down for my squat, I'm simply just going to hit the edge of my bench, okay? Inhale, exhale, tap, come up. Not sitting, tapping. Tap, come up. Now, if your chair is a little bit lower than where your knees would feel comfortable lowering to, then I want you to Simply keep your arms up. Don't lean forward when you do your squat, but only come down to where your knees will allow you. Okay? Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and lower, okay? Don't let these arms fall forward. Refrain, okay, from putting an arch in your back, all right, and leaning with your chest, and use those knees, okay? Bend at the knees. If this is your squat, that's fine. We are strengthening those muscles around those knees so that they will be ready to manage a full-on squat. All right, let's do it. So 3 rounds. Ready? Genie arms for our sit to stand. Feet underneath the hips. 30 seconds. Going for 30 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly button in. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Okay. Sit to stand. 15 more seconds. Inhale, exhale. Again, you don't have to go this fast. Take your time. Stand right up. Put the weight in your heels. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Arms come down. Give it a little break. And let's get ready for our squat. So arms up. Right by the ears. Step out just a touch. Inhale. And 30 seconds here for your squats. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just showing you that I'm not going farther than where my knees would allow if my knees were talking to me about this. I should not see my arms fall in front. I should not see that. My arm's going to be by my ears. Wrist, elbow, and shoulder are going to be in alignment. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Arms down. Take a breather. We're going to do that 2 more times. Okay? 2 more times. But this time, I'm going to cut it down to 20 seconds apiece. 20 seconds for your sit to stand. 20 seconds for your squats. Okay? You can do it. All right. Arms crossed in front. Make sure you're ready to sit down completely and stand up completely in 3, 2, 1. Just 20 seconds. Almost there. In 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now step away from your bench. Just 1 step. Arms come up for your squat. Belly button pulled in. Inhale and down. Come on. Sit back like you're sitting on a toilet. Inside of a portable toilet, okay, a porta potty, and you don't want to touch the seat. In 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms down. Good. Now we're going to do another set. Grab water if you need it. And this time it's only going to be 10 seconds. 10 seconds sit to stand, 10 seconds squats. Okay, so let's cross our arms, legs touching our chair, all right, or in a place where you feel comfortable sitting down completely and standing up completely, and for 10 seconds, going in 4, 3, 2, 1. Just 10 seconds. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Arms come up. Step away from your chair. And think of that porta potty that's really yucky on the inside. And we're just going to squat down. But we're not going to let our arms fall. We're going to keep them up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bring your arms down. Get some water. Take some breaths. You did really, really good. I'm really proud of you. Because now we're going to go into the lunge piece of things, okay? The lunge piece of things. So we're going to do our lunges on the floor today. If you want to do your lunges on your step or your curve, then I want you to be sure that it's of a good height for you. So for me, I'm going to break down my step. And then I also want you to be sure that whatever elevated surface that you're using, make sure it's stable enough for you. Okay? All right, take some water. Get yourself prepared for your lunge. Whatever form of lunge you like. Very good. All right. So, I am going to have my step ready for when I get ready to do my lunges on my elevated surface. Okay, let me demonstrate real quick. So, I will be showing many versions, but you are going to select the one that works best for your body. Whether that is starting on top of the bench and then stepping back and then lowering down and holding that. That is, if that's your lunge, stay there. Okay? Remember to inhale, exhale, come up, and remember to do the opposite side, okay? Now, if your lunge is the one where your back is toward your bench and your toe starts on top and you hop yourself out and then find your balance and drop down to your lunge, hold that when it's time for us to hold, and remember to inhale, exhale, hop back before switching it out. Then you have that option. Do the same thing with the other leg. Okay? Inhale, exhale, hop back. Alright? So those are the elevated options. Remember, we also have the options that are just on the floor. Not using anything whatsoever. Alright? So, we started out with our hands on our hips, but I also remind you or introduce to you bringing your arms up by your ears and engaging more of your arms, therefore getting more of an upper back workout, okay? And helping you to pull your belly button in for this exercise. So, again, just as a reminder, when you get ready to do your lunges, starting off with good posture, okay? Spine is nice and tall, belly button pulled in, hands on your hips if you choose to, or bring your arms up, and you're going to inhale and exhale, take a nice natural giant step, and then drop down to your desired height. Then we're going to inhale, exhale, push back, other leg, then drop down, okay? And step back. Now, we are going to do 3 sets. 3 sets of our lunges. Each 15 seconds apiece, okay? I want you to stick through it. I know you might already be sore, a little bit tired, but know that a really good stretch is coming, and I just need you to stick with me for 3 15-second holds, all right? 15 seconds on both legs, all right? So, let's get started so we can get finished, right? That's the thought. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to think that. You just want to be finished, and that's fine. All right. So feet underneath the hips. And whether your hands are on your waist or upright, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead, and if you're elevated on the bench as well, everybody is going to take their step. All right? Here we go. Step out. Now, everybody's going to drop down. Now the time starts for you to hold. Hold it. It's just 15 seconds on this leg. Remember, quivering is not a bad thing. That little shaking of the muscle is not a bad thing. It's just that muscle stretching and strengthening just for you. 3, 2, 1, push back. Good. Now let's do the other leg. In 3, 2, 1, step out. Drop it down. And now let's hold it. You can do it. It doesn't matter if your lunge is high or at 90-degree angle or somewhere in between. You have made it this far, and I just want you to hold it for another 3, 2, 1, push back. Very good. Very good. All right, that was set 1. Now we have 2 more sets to go, and I know you can do it, okay? All right, so go ahead and get your hand placement. If you want to take that second option and bring your arms up to feel what that feels like, go for it. Legs, feet underneath your hips, and let's get ready to step out. 3, 2, 1, step out, and let's drop it down, and let's hold it. Chest is upright. Look forward. Feel it. Feel that mild discomfort. Feel those muscles lengthening and strengthening for another 5, 4, 3, 2, push back. Good job. Other leg, other leg, other leg. Inhale. Step out, exhale. Drop it down and hold. You can do it. Okay? Keep those arms up. Don't let that chest fall forward. You only have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back. Good job. Arms come down if they're up. Taking a little breather. Now you've done 2 sets. Now we're going to do 1 more set. 1 more set. All right? All right. Get ready to go for it. And let's step out. Let's drop it down. Let's hold it. Shoulders down. Don't roll forward. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Push back. Good. Last leg. Last time. For me, I'm going to bring my arms up here. And let's step out. Let's drop it down. And let's hold it here. Come on, champ. You got it. You got it. Do not falter in that form. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Push back. Very nice. Arms come down. Grab some water and let's get to stretching. I'm so proud of you, and I sure hope you're proud of yourself, because you've done a wonderful job today. We did some push-ups. We did some squats. We did some sit-to-stands. We did some wall sits. We did some lunges. You did great today, and I hope you keep it up throughout the week. I hope you're continuously moving, whether you're indoors or outdoors. If you have steps, you're walking up your steps, coming down your steps, okay? If you're going to sit down in your chair, you're sitting down and standing up a couple of times, doing your sit-to-stands a couple of times before you decide to actually stay seated and get your work done. If you don't have time to do any mobile exercises, I sure hope you're stretching. So let me remind you of a couple of stretches, and let me introduce you to a few more. So first, your introduction. I want to introduce to you how to stretch the front of your legs as well as the back of your legs. So I want you to find that clear empty space on your wall. I want you to put one hand on your wall, and we're going to do what's called a quad stretch, okay? So we're going to stretch this big muscle in the front, also known as your thigh muscle. We're going to stretch that. So I want you to, with one hand on the wall, take your foot at the laces, grab them, And just bend the knee, okay? And hold it with one hand on the wall. Okay? Keep that opposite knee nice and loose. You don't want to lock it out, okay? So don't lock it, but keep it nice and loose in the sense of you want it to be firm, but you don't want it to be wobbly and you don't want it to be locked. Okay? And the more you pull your heel to your glute is the more of a stretch you'll feel in the front of your thigh. Give it 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Now we're going to gently lower that foot down. We're going to turn around. We're going to place the opposite hand on the wall, and we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side of the body. Grab at the laces. Make sure your knee stays pointed down towards the floor. And make sure that you are pulling your heel as much to your glute as possible, okay? Now I'm going to show you a regression to this stretch in a little bit, where if you don't feel comfortable picking up your foot and holding it in this position to get this front of the thigh stretch, then there's another option that we can do. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that stretch standing up, you can roll your mat out or your towel, okay? And you can come down to your knees, okay? And what you can do is you can kick one of your feet forward, all right? And you can lean, hands down on your mat, and lean into the front of your knee. You'll then feel a stretch from the front of your pelvis all the way down to that thigh. And see, you're on the mat. You don't have to worry about standing or bringing that heel to your glute, okay? Your knee, your front knee is going to go past your toes. And in doing so, you'll also feel a stretch in the hip. So let me show you on the other side as well. What I did is I came down to an all-fours position on my mat. Then I took one of my legs and I kicked them forward, okay? As if I'm on a low running start. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just walking my hands forward to the point where I feel a stretch, not only in the front of my pelvis, but also down the front of my thigh. My knee of the opposite leg is going to push past my toes that are planted on the floor, my foot that's planted on the floor, okay? And then you can also untuck your toes of your back leg and feel an additional stretch in the front of the leg. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm walking it back. I'm going to take this front leg back as well and come back to my all fours. Now whether you think that is a regressed move or progressed stretch, whatever is comfortable for your body is what you should use to stretch your muscles and lengthen your muscles, okay? All right, let's do another stretch. Stay here on your mat if you're down on your mat. If you are not, come down to your mat or to your towel. And I want to show you a stretch that will also help you stretch your legs as well as your core. So we are actually going to come on up in like a high lunge or a split stance, okay? And what I want to do is I want you to stretch your arms out, okay? And you're going to feel a little twist in your abdominals. Now, while you're here, I want you to then bring your front hand down to your front foot, okay, while keeping that split stance in your legs, and look up at your hands, or your hand that's extended into the air. Fingertips down to the inside of your foot. Good. Now I want you to inhale and come up. Good. Bring your arms down, and I want you to step back. Face forward before you step back. Okay, now let's do that again on the other side. So I started at the edge of my mat. I took a big step forward, but I didn't drop my knees. I then twisted, okay, and I brought my arms up so they're shoulder height. Now my left leg is in front and my left arm is in front. Now I'm going to tilt so that, and bend it the way so that my left hand comes down on the inside of my foot. And my right arm comes up, and I'm turning my head so that I'm seeing My hands up in the air. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. And let's step back. Good. All right. So some other stretches we've talked about. We've talked about our neck stretch to the front and to the side without hunching, and then to the other side. Okay, just as a review. We've also talked about an arm reach as an assessment, but it can also be a good stretch. So let's bring one arm over the top and one arm underneath, and try to get your fingertips to touch in the middle. And then we switch sides. Left arm over, right hand underneath. Good. Just a reminder, we did toe touches, so we reached up and we touched our toes, trying to gauge or assess whether we were able to get deeper at the end of our workout or at the beginning. Then we rolled up. Good, rolling our shoulders down and back. We also did our hand stretches, pulling back on the fingers on both sides, pulling back on the back of the hand on both sides, and rotating the wrist in one direction as well as the other for both arms. Okay? We talked about our active stretch of our arm circle, so arms at the sides and shoulder height, not leaning backwards, not leaning forwards, but keeping them out to the sides. And finally, we also talked about in our stretch, shoulder rolls forward, okay, as well as back. So, please be sure that when you are done with your workout, you're always giving yourself enough time to stretch or hold each stretch for at least 15 seconds. And then you're taking some deep breaths afterwards so that your body knows that the workout is complete and that you're resetting the body to do the next activity you have on your schedule. So let's take a couple of deep breaths, a few deep breaths. So come on down, inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you soon, and keep up the great work. Remember, progression, not perfection. Bye now.